a shot. Carolina. Hey, what do you say?
Talkin' Sauce, episode 129.
129.
Nice. One away from a milestone, so there in itself is a milestone episode.
Exactly. Celebrate every achievement.
Every achievement. It's Sunday. Sunday
before Labor Day.
Sunday before Labor Day. Sunday before my second wedding anniversary.
Woo!
Shouts out.
Yep.
Congratulations.
We'll
Shouts
see what
out,
happens. We'll see what happens. Gonna go to dinner tonight, probably. You know what I'm saying? Hang out.
Where you going? You know yet?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm
gonna show up.
Thousands of people listen to this show. You think I'm just gonna tell them where I am? They're gonna blow up my spot.
That's true. We got to do
I
a
don't
real.
want them to swat the restaurant I'm going to.
That's fair. You got to be a real. You got to give a real generic chain
just-
restaurant though.
Applebee's.
Chili's. Yeah, Chili's or
I'm sitting
Applebee's.
there eating creme brulee, and a fucking guy with an M4 comes busting in the door like,
Fridge. Damn.
I don't like your takes.
Well, no,
Connor
I'm just-
McDavid
I'm
is
talking
better
about
than
because
Nathan
they
McKinnon.
swat, not because someone comes and
Oh.
assassinates me.
Either way.
Psychopath.
Well, but the guys on the
Like
team.
the guys in SWAT aren't like, you know.
Oh, it's personal for them.
Yeah.
They're glad to take this assignment.
They're like, oh shit, him?
We
From
can
Talkin'
shoot up a
Sauce?
streamer. Yeah.
Teebs? T-E-A-B-Z? Z?
It's fucked up.
Uh,
It's me and my wife we're talking about.
Not just
Well,
you.
she'd
They
be
don't have
fine.
it. Yeah, no personal.
They're not worried about her.
No personal vendetta against her.
Okay.
In fact, they're fans.
they're going to take good care of her. Sorry, Megan.
Fuck, that's like
That
your
is
sister-in-law and shit.
so not okay. None of this is okay.
Funny, though.
It's a little funny.
That's weird.
So, as of last night, yesterday, 5 p.m., I believe exactly,
Yep.
the Hurricanes were able to acquire Kaganemi for some picks and shit due to Montreal not countering,
matching the offer sheet.
sheet.
So that's the first one since...
Dustin Penner, ironically.
he's been a little famous on Twitter lately,
What a
hasn't he?
loser.
We won't have to get into that.
No, but yeah. First time in a long time for an offer sheet to go through. And what do you know, just like always kind of not groundbreaking, like monumental stuff, but definitely threshold pushing things the Canes do. Like look at the Storm Surge, and they're always breaking the mold with their antics on and off the ice.
Tom Dundon does not give a fuck about hockey. I mean, you know.
In terms of tradition,
no,
he don't give a fuck. He cares about that bottom line, which
bottom
you have to
line
respect.
and then winning. I think it's bottom line and then winning.
As an owner, I mean, that's kind of not me,
What you gotta
but
do.
him as an owner. Like that's what his priority should sort of be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in any case, it's going to make for an interesting roster. It does put us a little over the cap,
Yep.
like $1 million or so, which kind of puts us in the position to what I think a lot of people were expecting if we did any big acquisitions, and that's putting Gardner in LTIR.
Yeah. And it's been so quiet on that front too. Like in the sense, typically it comes out. I feel like maybe I'd seen one or two things about him thinking about back surgery, stuff like that. But I feel I feel like there's not that much going on that something like this would be more of a story somewhere.
Right.
I don't know though.
I
I
think
think they're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do it. I think they have to either that or they're gonna have to move some dollars.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to me that that's what happens. And it seems like at the end of the day, like not really looking at and comparing moves to others. It seems like at any like taking away from what we've gained or lost, the defense has hit a bit of a downgrade.
Yes.
The offense has seen a bit of an upgrade.
Yes.
And the goaltending might have stayed the exact same.
Yeah,
If not, it didn't improve at all.
Yeah. Ideally, goaltending is
Or got
the
worse,
same.
I mean. Yeah, ideally it's the same, but probably got worse.
Yeah, I think
Stuff.
we're gonna see if the system that it seems the front office is employing. I feel like this is the first real test of that. Because before it was like we were trading out. Our lineup was like a lot of middle six at best talent. We're trading that out for guys with real high ceilings, and so it always looks good. But now it got to the point where it's like money came up for these high ceiling guys, and I think our plan moving forward is to rotate, short-term deals, with fucking what's the word I'm
High
looking
dollar?
for? Well, just like not even high dollar, but just like potential to like work out really well, and if it doesn't, whatever type of thing.
Honestly, that seems it's kind of a meta taken out of what the Penguins were doing those couple of years when they went back to back and always in contention for the cup, bringing in guys like Sherry and stuff who are just not too old, not too young, have a potential to do something. They sign them to short 1-2 year $1 million deals, and they end up going. Some of them end up going and signing bigger deals, like what's his face, who's in Florida now.
Oh, the center.
Maybe. Think of what's his face. Maybe he still plays in Pittsburgh. One kid. They did with a bunch of wingers over there.
Yeah.
But you see my point.
I do. Yeah. And but I guess just this is the first season where it felt like we were trading out high skilled talent, and and what we're getting. And it's
we let him walk, but
so it's going to be interesting to see if it works or it doesn't. This whole Moneyball approach to our team.
Right. And it's definitely that.
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. For sure.
But you excited about Kakaniemi?
I'm not underwhelmed. Like I'm not like, oh, this is gonna be awful. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad about any part of this acquisition. I think it really only improves the team. He likely will be on the third line, maybe second power play. Yeah, I mean he's gonna be a terrific complement to our roster.
Got a guy that can give us some space.
He was a third overall pick.
He was, and from what I see of the numbers and people talking, his defensive side of the game is not really an issue. Like he does that really well. So it's just that your third overall pick brought in to be a number one center. You need to it was expected for him to score a lot more.
I remember people were loving him. Like people were giving him Pedersen type of vibes when he was doing a little bit of showing.
Yeah.
The first foot, and then just quickly.
He's had flashes.
Yeah, but you just can't. I was thinking too, and you just can't put that label on every single prospect that shows some promise.
Yeah,
you
I
give him time to
agree.
pan out,
Definitely. And I think having a guy like Brindamore to play under would be a guy. And I said this when after like the first couple weeks of games when he was the new head coach, it just looked like guys played looser. Just knowing that if I fuck up, I don't get there goes the rest of my ice time.
Tortorella's not your coach.
Yeah, Tortorella or fucking. Did he play under? Who was the guy up in Montreal for a little while? The notorious, just hard ass. Not
Julian,
a shitty guy.
Julian.
What maybe? Yeah. Well, I guess he's only played under Julian though.
I think he's only played under Julian.
Okay. I don't really know off the top of my head what his rep is, but I think having a guy.
He was the coach of the Boston Bruins for years.
That's fair. It's probably living in Boston just kind of puts a bit of anger in you.
A little hard shell on you.
But it'll be good. I guess I'm kind of tempered excitement.
It is a $6 million contract. It's only but the beauty of it, it's only for a year. Not like when they wrote Aho's bridge deal for us. Bridge is a long-term deal for us for 5 years at 8.5.
Yeah,
goofballs
for real.
Now, if we did that, like if we were like, oh yeah, here's 6 for 3, we look like dipshits.
Yeah, or
especially if he sucks.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. If this $6 million and he scores 30 goals, then we're looking great.
Yeah,
and something might happen there.
Do you think, let's say next year, he not does bad, but definitely doesn't live up to like a $6 million contract? We don't want to tender him at another $6 million. He doesn't want to sign a long-term deal. Do you see this as a loss for the Hurricanes if he walks next season?
Depending on what those picks end up being for Montreal.
If they end up being like a late first.
If they end up being some good picks and those prospects turn into something and you just go back in the trade tree and that's the case, then that's where I think we really lost. Otherwise, I don't think I think it's a break-even situation and it's a failed experiment. But not like a loss.
Yeah,
it's all perspective at that point. And again, if they draft some really high caliber prospects, and not that we would have got those same exact prospects, but that's the potential you're giving up. He goes, he sees not much of a grab, then there's your loss. It's not for until down the line. You know,
that is true.
But
we'll see what happens. I don't think
is Montreal allowed to trade those picks? You know what I mean? I wouldn't see why
That-
not.
I feel like I remember reading about that, and they may not
It would seem fucked up if they could.
be able to.
Yeah, it would seem fucked if like they could coerce some team into trading that first overall pick, especially if we have a bad season, into something like a roster player, and then
Like
we
flip it into Eichel as everyone was.
yeah as part of some deal, and
Yeah.
then we really get nothing if he
Yeah.
walks. Like, are they
That's
allowed?
fair.
You know, I don't know if
Yeah.
they're allowed to. I mean, I'm just.
I feel like I
totally-
read, but again, probably only Twitter comments that they can't immediately turn
Right.
around and trade those picks. At least not in the off season. Maybe you can in the season, because then it's kind of fucked up if they're like, "No, we'll give you a first and a third, but you can't do anything with
But
that
that's
shit
just good
this
management.
year."
Like I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either,
But,
It'll be
yeah,
very
we'll see.
interesting. The most interesting thing is going to be next off season with it,
Yeah.
depending on what happens this year.
Especially yeah, for sure. It's
But-
all a big question mark.
Anything else going on in hockey? Anything big?
I'm not sure.
Anything wild and crazy? in
I haven't
the-
been paying close enough
wild and
attention. I think
crazy
this was
world
like
of
the
hockey?
craziest thing.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything else that did go down, this was going to be the biggest news.
That's fair.
The Canes just don't. They're always in the headlines.
It's all about branding, dude. All
Making
about
waves.
branding.
It's all about making
Did we
waves.
did we talk about Michael Smith stepping down or stepping away from the team?
We might have mentioned it in some either scrum or something like that, but that did happen.
It
it's,
did happen.
It's a bummer.
It's a real fucking bummer.
A big loss for the team.
Yeah. Like I said, I played, in that floor hockey league with him, dude. Like, he honestly just a real cool dude.
Yeah.
Like in all respects.
He's ironically, just like for getting a genuine side of him, he's a almost a better Twitter follow now.
Yeah, for real.
Just the way he communicates.
Now that
with
he's not
Canes Twitter.
representing the
Yeah, he can
the
be a little
Hurricanes
looser
in an
with it.
official capacity.
He wrote great articles and represented the team great.
Yeah, I think he was huge in their online presence, and so it'll be interesting seeing that.
Especially going from like just the .com to social media.
Yeah.
Because he was already writing, right, for the longest.
Oh yeah, he's been like he was the head writer, I'm sure some like PR type of
Yeah, I
thing.
feel like I've seen him in that
Yeah.
role well before he was just, and then obviously the Canes cast and all that. with
Yeah.
Mike. But yeah, big shouts out to Mr. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck in anything else the
Definitely.
man does. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Let's talk
Speaking
it.
of rosters,
Speaking of rosters, where's my phone? In my pocket. Let me pull this shit out real quick. So CDL Intel went ahead and did what fans and players complain about. Maybe not fans as much, complain about every year. Rosters got straight up leaked.
Yep.
Potential rosters got straight up just leaked for next year, and we are in a roster mania stage with the rumoring of Dallas, Dallas Envy, and Optic.
merging up.
Chicago Optic merging, becoming one brand under the Envy umbrella. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's insane. And there was that projection of Shotzi and Illy joining Dashi and Scump on one team, and apparently that's gonna be that lineup.
Yeah,
That's nuts.
for real. It is kind of. I saw people were talking,
The Avengers coming together to defeat FaZe.
but just the in the past, Optic news typically just didn't leak. You know what I mean? Besides like when Nate Shot leaked the fucking
Huntsman Live,
that
yeah,
one
yeah.
time. But Optic notoriously a very tight ship. The second this merger happens and getting like another organization involved, shit leaked immediately.
Well, yeah,
type
and
of
that's
thing.
just it. It's bigger than them now,
Yeah.
right? So like, there's just too many parties involved.
Yeah.
There's too many eyes on it, and when you look at Krim, I think Krim becoming a free agent kind of helps the conspiracy theorists fans who are already starting to look at possibilities, right? Like Krim
Yeah.
goes, okay, well, he's obviously not going to be teaming with Optic.
Yeah.
Okay, some bizarro rumor that Envoy leaves, Formal gets cut, and then they fucking team up with Illy and Shotzi. I'm sure there is fans already predicting that sort of thing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this is them hedging their bets against the league right now. I think, it's a $25 million buy-in.
Oh wow!
There's no way that the league. There's just no way the league has made that money in the past year. I just
see what
refuse
you're
to
saying.
believe that. And I think and now they're talking about moving to a mostly online with like majors on land type of schedule. I think teams are looking at it like where teams and ownerships are looking at like where's the return on investment here? Like this was we gave a big chunk of change to you. so far not been that popular. Now the whole other scandal that's going on that's, directly tied to like
The brand.
the brand of Call of Duty. You've seen like the Overwatch League shut down essentially, may not ever come back. And I think the two of the biggest brands in the entire league got together who are already friends and were like, listen, we are like, if we believe in this thing, but
The league doesn't.
the league may like the people running it, the people in charge of running it probably do, but I don't think Activision truly really gives a fuck whether or not the CDL is like, you know what I mean?
They know that some competitive version of that will exist, and they don't depend on anything to be.
Yeah. And they're like, we own the shit.
We'll sell our
now.
game.
Yeah, we make money. It is what it is. So I think they're getting together, the two brands being like, listen, we're going to try to exercise as much control as we can, exercise as much power as we can by like, that's like fucking a quarter of the league's fans, probably.
No, for
Now
sure.
between-
Take advantage while they can. Get
Yeah.
their bread while they can.
with a little
agree.
less risk, I imagine. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I
I don't know
100%
how
agree.
the splits work out, but I'm sure they do.
They
and
probably have
it's-
to pay some sort of fee to the league to.
Yeah,
But
but
no-
to that point, do you think the league would shut it down?
No.
You don't think so?
Like unless they look at it from some sort of monopolistic
Yeah.
perspective, but no. They have every reason to do it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's going to keep people invested in the league as fans. The storylines,
Yeah.
the rivalries, especially they were talking about all kinds of teams from other companies joining, like Liquid and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Anyway, franchising
Cloud9.
more spots. Yeah, so it just I don't know. It would seem silly.
Yeah.
Whether they have an interest or not, it can't really hurt the fandom of the competitive Call of Duty scene. So like, let it happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's
either.
exciting either way. But looking at some of these other rosters, it seems like Minnesota is not going to make any changes. They honestly probably don't need to.
Yeah.
They were already a great team.
Made the most like the craziest comeback in history.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, straight up against
Maybe
Toronto.
not like the amount of weight to the tournament. I don't know.
Well, they were down 3-0. Or sorry, they were
4-0.
down 4-0.
Brought it back.
Yeah, and brought it back. I mean, it's
Craziness.
unseen.
Craziness.
Subliners with Clay probably playing one more year. Same with Krim, and Krim joining his buddy back from Dallas on the Subliners, keeping Hydra and acquiring Neptune from the Florida Mutineers. I like that.
Yeah.
That's going to be a very strong
be
team. Hydra was
nasty.
playing better and better as the season went on, and coming
yeah.
finals time, he was on point. Mutineers is doing their thing. They got
Whatever
fucking
the
who they
fuck's
have.
happening.
I think that was at Skies, fucking Havoc and somebody else. And I'm not sure who. They're probably going to bring in people up from Challengers who are good. And then looking at LA, so Octane potentially,
Yep.
and Kenny, Draza, and Envoy.
Envoy.
Wow,
is
dude.
fucking, that could be disgusting. I love. Do you watch any like Octane's YouTube content?
A little bit.
He put out a video on all the leaks and rumors and stuff.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, just like and the end, he was like, and then with LA, and then just like his outro starts cutting in, and then he just ends the video as he comes up on the LA Thieves.
That's funny.
It's funny.
That's good. That's good PR.
Oh, huge. He's
Yeah.
good. He's good at content.
Yeah,
Wish he would just fucking bring him over to Dallas Optic, dude.
I don't think he has the skill.
You don't think so, dude? I
Not
think
to,
he's
not
nasty.
to. I mean, he is. He's one of the best.
I
He's
mean, I
obviously-
gun him 10 times out of 10, but
And he's obviously a veteran in the scene. I'm just comparing him to that competition. It's just I don't think he outbeats a Dashy
Yeah.
or like a Kenny even.
yeah.
Yeah, he's obviously on the same team as Kenny, but I just don't see him taking out these other players who secure these roster spots.
Yeah.
I'm
But
just-
that's going to be a fucking dope team to look at.
It is.
And then LAG.
Yeah, I was going to jump all the way to LAG because fuck the Surge and Ravens. I don't even know half these players.
Yeah.
Jumping down to LAG, yeah, you're looking at a roster of potentially Hook, what's his face, young man who was on Asim. Thank you.
however
Yeah,
you-
Asim
however
was
you-
gross for subliners, Slasher, and Gunless.
Yeah.
That's a good roster.
That could be potentially nasty. I know apparently like Gunless and Slasher have had real beef in the past, like fist fight beef.
Oh,
I
really?
think. Yeah. Just I haven't followed Call of Duty long enough to really fucking know. I've just
Yeah.
seen people talk about it. So that'll be interesting, potentially nasty.
No, yeah, that's a really
Yeah.
good. That's a really good lineup on paper. Here, just looking at speaking of Michael Smith and looking at Twitter and shit. Here's some projected lines for the Canes while we're talking about lineups. So first line: Svetch, Aho, Teravine. Stat line coming back: Kaki, Nemi, Trocheck, and Natchez. I mean,
That
that
could
is
be
a good
nasty.
sounding line.
Yeah.
Niederreiter, Stahl, and Fast. I'm also not upset with that.
No.
And then potentially Levo Lorenz on the left, Stepan. Derek Stepan as your fourth line center is great.
Yeah.
And then Martinook on the right there. That's
good.
Pretty.
That's real good.
That's a pretty deep team. That's what I was saying. The offense has definitely improved.
Yeah. Levo and Lorenz. That's good competition there too. I'm kind of a fan. I'm a pretty big fan of both of those guys.
I am.
I think Levo will be real good on the fourth line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I think he just a higher ceiling for secondary scoring. That's for sure. Having that bottom six compared to what we
The
had
other
before.
note, Michael Smith says center depth is strong, and those top three left wing can fairly be interchangeable.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree.
Oh yeah. I'll move those guys all around.
Yep, especially with Svetch being as young as he is.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome.
For real.
No, Call of Duty is shaping up to be pretty exciting.
Definitely.
See what happens. See what happens.
And from what I've seen with the pros playing, the pros have already got their hands on the actual beta for the game.
Oh,
which
have
is,
they?
Yeah, which is closer to
Go in public.
yeah, well, just closer to what the final product of the game is going to be.
Yeah.
And from what people are saying is they're kind of so like from what they've played, like they're kind of happy with it, which is just a different story than the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Of when they would get their hands on the
I mean, a lot of the
beta.
players seemed happy with Cold War when they first played it. Or, I guess, a lot of them seemed very confident of how they were going to do,
Yeah.
as players. But, I don't know.
I just hope that, I don't know, with this whole, like, weapon weight thing and stuff like that, I think that's a cool element to the game. And hopefully add some variety,
Right.
But,
Not everyone's using the same shit.
yeah.
Deadass.
It'll definitely be interesting to see, though, man.
It will. CLB and
Oh,
the Kanye
yeah,
album
yeah,
dropping, clashing, the beefs, the social media rants.
Yeah, just a 2-pack of... There it is. You know what I'm saying? Both those albums, just like not like
Great way to put it.
not
That is a really good way to
particularly
put it.
bad. Like nothing where you're just like, oh, like what the fuck were they thinking?
Right.
But just like, well, all right. Like I guess.
For the hype.
Yeah.
Like, for the hype, Donda's trash. For the hype.
Yeah.
Is when you, like, go through it, there's not, like you said, there's nothing where you're like, what was Kanye thinking here?
Yeah.
But it's absolutely carried by features. It's so what it is.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the Drake record. I mean, it
Where
is
he
titled
said,
Certified Lover Boy.
Dude, fucking that one line is like, "Girl, you you a lesbian?" Like, "Girl, me too." And it's like, bro, that was a joke motherfuckers made like 5th grade. Like, I'm a lesbian. I like girls.
They didn't
like,
have that one in Canada.
Yeah.
That's what it was,
It
right?
missed it. It
They
missed
didn't
her.
have it in
It
Canada.
missed the 6.
It did. It didn't run through the 6.
Dude,
but
then
yeah,
that
it was-
fucking album cover,
Both of them.
dude.
One just
fucking
black and the other one's just the pregnant chick emojis.
over and over and over. That fucking art. That's maybe that artist like Daniel Hurst or whatever, dude. Like that. He used to do like real controversial shit. Just like I don't know if it was ever really considered
Name
super
sounds a little
artful.
familiar.
But lately his shit, like he doesn't even like make his own art anymore. He's got like art is made, he puts his name on it, and then sells it for millions of dollars. Like that's the level of.
That's pretty much how anything's done now.
Yeah, but yeah,
I see what you're saying.
But it's literally just like other shit's just like copied and pasted polka dots that are different colors. Like it's the same concept as Drake's album cover, but it's like it's just all
Mediocre.
Dude, the merch. Did you see the merch? Dude, it's just
I saw the hairlines.
dude, fucking bro, the hairlines were embarrassing, bro. If you got a heart cut into your fucking hairline,
Shoot my fade.
dude, that's fucking. I can't imagine. Why? Why would you do that? Like, why?
It's you either. Well, never mind.
Like LeBron.
There's
did
a lot
it.
of there's a lot of similes I can make there.
Like LeBron did it, and it's like, to some level, like he has a brand, and that's content that gets you in the news when you do shit like that. So like there's a dollar amount that can be put on him doing that type of shit. But if you're just like going out and you're just like, nah, before I hit downtown, dude, I got to get the heart cut in my hair. Like, yeah, I'm listening to be in the club when the album drops with the heart in your hair.
I saw this really hilarious. There's this dude on TikTok who fucking is so good, and he's like, Connor, I don't care if you bought the deluxe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the bigger Drake fan.
Yeah.
So good.
So
I've
good,
only gotten
dude.
about a quarter way through it, but I can already tell it's an
It's a
instant classic.
Instant classic, dude.
Oh man, yeah, it's music.
But dude, the merch. That's what
Oh,
I was
yeah,
saying.
you were
Dude,
saying.
the fucking it has like dude, it's so the front is, I mean, it's kind of cool. It's just like a Nike swoosh with like these flowers on it. Looks fine. And then on the back, it's just like the worst font, and it just says stuff like, I never miss, let alone miss you.
Oh,
and just shit,
God,
dude. It's shit like
Jesus.
that, dude. Dylan, you gotta pull up a picture of something, like some more of this shit, dude.
Just start scrolling.
Dude, fucking
Good.
should have said you love me today because tomorrow is a new day. Just like fucking.
Scroll to the
And
Wikipedia
see,
page.
Oh, is there a Wikipedia
I
page?
think-
No. There's like a shirt with the Wikipedia page.
I think we all
On
need to respect too, to a point. Not so much with the A's album, but with this one. Well,
it?
actually, with the A's album, both.
Oh.
Like the album's called Certified Lover. Like he was making this for the ladies, was he not?
I guess.
What do you mean?
right?
Kinda.
Yes. What do you mean, kinda?
Well, because all the shit's like.
He shaved a heart in his hairline.
That's fair. That's fair.
Like
Or
he
did
might
you-
have some.
or
Like
did you see that story about him flying this like couple out? It was like this trainer and his fiance of 8 years was a singer. And is this real?
I think so.
what's that?
No way that's real. Nah, there's no way that's
It's not real?
Nah, no
Ah.
shot. The name of this
funny,
website
though.
is Wiki Shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, is
It's
it?
true, yeah.
Well, you getting baited?
But dude,
That'd be funny though.
Dude, Drake flew like this personal trainer and the guy's fiance 8 years out, who's a singer, and then was like working out in the gym with this guy, and then just like slept with his fiance that night. Flew them both out, and then like so they break
cocked
up and
him.
shit. And fucking then the girl puts out a song on some like I wish you the best, like it's so disrespectful.
To the guy, she said.
Yeah, singing like to her ex fiance of 8 years.
But you're not. But your Drake's not keeping you.
no.
So
No, I'm sure there's all sorts of layers of that. Probably, I mean, dude, if you have like an LA fitness and then LA singer relationship, I imagine
you
there's a
already-
lot of issues.
Yeah.
But it's just so fucked up. It's just so fucked up. But
I
what
mean,
were you
if
saying? though?
well, no, hold on. If I'm gonna let my fiance get digged down by Drake, and like I'm gonna get flown out too. So like, you know, you ever been flown out?
I ain't never been flued out, dude.
All right, then.
I wouldn't want to get flued out. Just be like, here's
You get flown out, she gets blown out. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
oh, dude, on the way back, he only gets her first class. It's real fucked up, dude. You're back in, dude,
But like
you're-
it wasn't. But he upgraded her.
oh yeah, you're back in like 32.
Then you're
and
mad.
Shit.
You're like,
oh,
what'd you do
super
for the
mad.
upgrade?
Dude. You had to pay to check you didn't have to pay to check your bags one way. You had to pay to check them the other. It's all real fucked up.
Damn.
But dude, the song was just so like, I don't know, just like things had to happen and I still love you type. Like that was the vibes. Like, bro, nah.
I'd be
like-
crying that song.
I'd be like sitting there, I'd be like,
Dude, he put out a video of him doing like
Bitch, don't sing to
hardcore
me.
karate and shit. It was real embarrassing. Like it was just like
that
real
guy.
hurt
That
shit.
guy
Kick
needs
Drake's
to.
ass.
That guy needs to. Yeah, get him a number.
Yeah,
That guy needs to call a number. It's.
it's fucked
If
up.
you know
man.
somebody
That's
who's
great.
struggling, you yeah.
If you know someone who's been affected by
Well, that's what
Drake,
I've seen. I've seen that stuff all over the timeline of like I think I shared some of it too. Just like text screenshots of text conversations and people who are hitting up their exes. Like not even on some like I miss you shit, just on some like this is why we didn't work out, and just like reminding them of different things and just being like, yo, I haven't. Oh, no, here's what it was. Someone said, hey, remember when we said we if we weren't married by 29,
Oh,
we were gonna
yeah,
have sex,
yeah.
and they were like, well, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, well, I'm just letting you know I did get married, so like the pact's over.
yeah.
They're like, okay, like.
Yeah, dude, I remember the exact. It was like, yeah, remember back when 28, if we weren't married, we get married,
Yeah.
shit. And they were like, what? No, who is this? Like, how'd
I'm
you
not
get my
marrying
number?
you.
And they were like, it's blank. Yeah, fucking remember. Well, I've been like you said, I've been married, so the pack's over. And they had said like, oh, I forgot about that. And they're like, what do you mean you forgot? And like got
Yeah,
upset
that's
about
it.
this
Yeah,
shit.
they're like,
It's
what do you mean you forgot?
It's like,
That's what Drake does to people.
How would I have ever remembered?
That's awful.
It's fucked, man.
Yeah,
What were we saying about Ye and?
Oh, I totally forgot. It was going to be good, though. It was
gonna
going to
be
be
good?
really, really good, and I lost.
I
it.
believe
Oh. But yeah, well, just on one point that the Drake's album was for the ladies, and, like, I don't even understand. Like, there's some musical bits that, like, kind of vibey and, you know, have, like, some... Like, you could meditate to a lot of these albums, especially lately. It's very, you know, the production on them and stuff. But he talks about going through a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a celebrity, with a celebrity, that's a lot of, like, the lyrical content. No one can relate to that.
Nah.
And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing for him to make the song, but people don't even know, like, what they're saying is fire. It's like, it's actually, like, his trauma. And they're like, this shit is, when he said that, like, I felt that, and be like, nothing in your life will ever relate to this.
Dude, for real.
So just stop.
For real.
I don't get like what the draw is. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
that shit reminded me of the fucking was it Allen? Who was it? We talking about practice?
Allen Iverson.
Allen Iverson, and everyone like brings that clip up forever, and it's
'cause he
like
was talking
it's
about,
like
yeah.
in the context, it was like one of his best friends had just passed away, and
Yeah.
like reporters were asking him about practice and shit. And he's like, "We're talking about practice," and so everyone uses that now, like at literally like just that clip, and it's fucked.
It's fucked.
It's
It's like
all
people, like, Kanye puts out an album and people react like he's like, testify, put your hands up and touch. Just like people react like that's what the records are. And they're not. They're straight, like, they might have some production like that, like beats that have that same enthusiastic rhythm, but he's literally like, the minivan's packed. He's saying shit that, like, none of these fucking college white girls can relate to. They're like, this fire, streets been sleep. Like, this is what we've all been waiting for.
Dude, Instagram captions have ruined lyrics, dude.
God, dude.
Terrible.
Did you see the video of LeBron spitting it?
And just getting it wrong.
But someone was like, yo, he's straight reading this shit off Genius. Like, while he's doing it. It's so good.
So funny, bro.
Um,
Dude, what's up? What's up with this? Someone pooping at a turnstile show, dude.
Bro.
I seen tweets. What's going on? Someone's pooping in the pit.
So Turnstile's been touring in upon releasing their new album Glow On, album of the year in my opinion, way better than CLB or Ye 2.0, whatever the fuck that shit's, Donda. Yeah, no. So someone took a shit in the pit. I don't know if they got the shit knocked out of them or if they were just like, this is a new move. And I'm dropping a deuce.
I'm gonna assert my dominance.
Took a shit in the pit.
I don't know, man.
Imagine, man, the breakdown is so hard. You're just like,
They hit the brown note, dude. Everyone in the pit shits.
That's like probably at the brown note. Someone heard it. I've seen some shit. I played a house show one time and there was another band playing and there was like a table of food, like grilled food and shit. And I grabbed like 2 or 3 hot dogs and went back into the pit and just started stomping and munching, eating, like big mouthfuls each one. Like, that was the thing. People do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone take a shit.
there's
in the
that
pit.
cat that used to show up in the banana outfit and would just
Yeah.
go hard in the banana outfit.
Of course.
Little
of
gimmicks.
course.
Yeah,
Of course.
But
taking a shit. That's not.
it's not a gimmick.
Let's put that one back on.
How's
back in the drafts.
there no video of that? You know what I'm saying? Like
Wishes there was.
well, just on some
He's
like.
taking a dookie.
Did they like squat and you know what I'm saying? Or did they like?
I'd imagine
That
that.
had to have been stressful.
I'd imagine it was.
quickest poop
Well,
of
so
your life.
they were in the
son.
pit, and it was getting just a little too hectic for them, and then so they ducked, and it
Everybody
was the squatting
the squatting
that
pushed
just
it right out.
released.
I was like, everybody back up.
Yeah. No, it was the squat and those basketball shorts, man.
Or do you think they masked up and then just like
Like rogue, like went rogue.
just like got in the bathroom, got it
Drive
right,
by
got,
shit.
got it in the bathroom, got it right to the edge, and then just like
You're saying they started turtling and then went out and released the rest?
just masked up, took
That's
a quick
so-
shit, so anyone getting photos and stuff would have no idea. Pants back up, disappear back into the crowd, leave the venue, never to be seen, heard from again.
Just so it
Till
could
the
be-
next turnstile
Just so it could
show.
hit the TL.
Just until the next turnstile show where they're gonna shit again.
The serial shitter.
The serial shitter.
The serial mass shitter. This is No. What's the most likely situation is that someone was in the pit and had explosive diarrhea, and it shot down their leg, like they were chugging Arby's horsey sauce.
Dude,
That's what happened.
that would be so embarrassing.
Because like you're already a little uncomfortable in a pit.
Oh yeah, you're just like,
You know?
and then it's kind of hot.
That's when you're supposed to be the most comfortable.
Well,
Not if you have to shit. You're
Not
just
if
kind
you
of
have to
hot
shit.
and sweating. And you're
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
You're like, I can make it to the end of the set, man. Like this album's like I gotta.
There's all the jumping up and down.
Yeah, you get all
high
worked
adrenaline.
up. They ate some shit before the show. You know what I'm
Stop
saying?
by
Drank
Taco
too many
Bell.
beers. You know, got the beer shits on top of it. Things go wrong
Yeah,
sometimes. dude.
I-
You ever shit yourself as an adult?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
not sure.
Come close, sure.
Oh,
I've come close.
I have.
Like running to the bathroom, isn't it?
Definitely
I
come
definitely
close.
did. I did on the when I
I wrote
toured.
these, so you told us this
You know,
story.
when I toured Western, dude, fucking, and I just ate a bunch of that awful cafeteria pizza in the room the next morning. Straight up, thought it was a fart. Wasn't a fart, bro.
So funny.
Terrible. I mean, just what an
So
awful way to during the tour.
You're the guy
not
that shit
even like,
yourself
yeah.
before you even got here.
Oh
Embarrassing.
man, I had a buddy who dormed with a random and had a nightmare experience. I mean, we've all seen and heard, but this guy, fucking, he would routinely get too drunk and piss on a different thing, a wall, a shoe, a hat. And it was like not that he would confuse things with the toilet. It was just his drunk
That was his. That was his
blackout
shtick.
self had to go find something to piss on.
I would go pee on something.
Yeah, and like
In
you
my
know,
dorm.
the closet, and my buddy obviously. This is actually Cody. This was Cody who was.
Yeah, shout out Cody.
Yeah,
dude.
why am I not name dropping Cody? This happened to Cody. His
For
old
all you
dorm-
OG fans.
Yeah, I guess his old dorm mate could be listening.
Oh, he definitely is. Does he
Yeah.
like hockey?
I mean, I found that guy's info and just sent him the links.
we mentioned you.
I'm
We never
promoting
forgot.
that hard.
Hope it's cool.
Like any acquaintance that I would ever have is getting this link.
That should be our whole angle. Like when just mention people from our past, like full names and shit, and just have them be pissed off about the stories we tell, and that's how we get exposure.
3rd grade, so and so.
Yeah, dude. Old teachers, you know what I'm saying?
You flicked a booger.
That shit hit me. Never forgot. Awful person.
People don't forget.
But
Just low barrel, bottom of the barrel content.
yeah.
That's what we do. Upgrade the technical setup, downgrade the quality of what we do. 2021.
2021, moving into 2022.
For sure.
Low bar.
Low bar.
Under promise, under
Under
deliver.
delivered. Barely. We don't even have to deliver.
We really, you might not get it.
We're
Sometimes.
promising.
What if?
What
What
if?
if?
What if we done it?
What if we did do it?
What if we did?
What
do
if we
it?
didn't talk about what if?
Think about that,
Think
Dylan.
about that shit.
Podcast would be like 40 minutes.
This is with the facts.
Fair enough.
What If released the latest episode this past Wednesday. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. Holy shit.
Really big, really emotional.
So the whole thing with Doctor Strange, I'm basically just going to explain to Jacob here. So Doctor Strange,
Do this for you guys.
Benedict Cumberbatch, he gets it in the MCU canon, gets his hand smashed in a car accident, and he was a surgeon, so his hands are
Big
fucked.
deal.
He can't do his surgery anymore. He's a rich guy, powerful guy, happy guy, arrogant guy. So he travels the world to find the use of his hands, and he ends up discovering the mystic arts. Hence the story that unfolds as Doctor Strange. In this universe, instead of losing his hands,
The Naruto shit you just did.
Well, that's
I
what
know-
he does to open the eye of
Agamotto.
Agamotto.
I was just talking
asshole.
talking shit, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fuck what you
Yeah.
like.
Catch me in the library of Calostroso, bro.
Don't ever say that to me again,
Bitch.
bro.
It ain't got a door, Jacob.
You said don't ever say that.
The
to me
library
again.
doesn't have a
Sorry.
door.
Sorry. That's right. So the genies can't get in. Just think about that. Why are they M&Ms? So in this universe, he doesn't lose his hands. He loses his heart. And what I mean by that is he takes Rachel McAdams in the Lamborghini and they crash, but he doesn't smash his hands. She dies. And he's torn. And he's torn by the grief. And the grief sends him on a similar path. And he ends up discovering the same mystical arts discovers the same Ancient One. So the same Agamotto, and discovers the ability to fuck with time. Gets the
Tries to
time stone.
Does he try to bring his girl back?
I was getting to that.
Oh, my bad, bro.
So
Cut that out.
So he does. He decides, and starts by him not creating a timeline in which that she comes back alive, right? Because he tries to just it's a pocket reality. That's usually how time stone works. When you visualize these moments or relive moments, it creates a small pocket reality, and he can't stop her from dying. So he does it like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, and she doesn't stop dying. And you can't understand why. And then this is when everyone in the MCU fan base discovers that it's because that her death is what's considered an absolute point in time. That no matter which timeline or no matter which instance that you're talking about, that this is something that can't be undone, because the moment of her death in this universe is what sends him on his path to become the Sorcerer Supreme, which inevitably in that universe would probably lead to the same stopping of Thanos, and the correct sacred timeline would unfold. So he can't accept that, basically, right? He can't accept that she won't go. So he ends up fighting the Ancient One. And what it ends up telling you later is that in that fight, Homegirl reaches into the dark dimension, which she did in the movie, and she actually splits Doctor Strange in two within that same universe. Super dangerous, right?
Seems like it.
But she did it to prevent that Doctor Strange from doing what you were saying, trying to bring her back, trying to undo an absolute point in time. Which this version of Doctor Strange, before you discover he was split by the Ancient One, goes on, finds the library at Calastroso, and learns that through absorption, he can gain the power to overturn a single point in time via the time stone. So he starts absorbing things, and it gets dark. The episode gets very dark. It was already sad. It gets very dark very fast, and he starts like summoning creatures from all over the galaxy and the universe, from different planets and realms and demons and shit, and he starts absorbing them like straight into him, like Majin Buu and shit. And he will show these glimpses of like anamorphing kind of like hybrids of these things, and then he becomes back himself. Benedict Cumberbatch and shit. It's wild. You know what I'm saying?
Did they have all the characters do their own voice acting?
In this
Yes.
episode, I think almost everybody was their original.
That's been the case for all of them so far.
Like Steve in the Peggy one wasn't Steve. And there's a few that weren't.
That's true.
But for the most part, yes. Like
Okay.
Samuel Jackson was Nick Fury. Most of them are doing their characters. So motherfucking he's an evil Doctor Strange at this point. He's powerful.
And this
as
is
a
one of
bitch.
two.
Correct.
Okay.
And you don't quite know that yet, but that's the case. As far as you knew, he just fought the Ancient One and won. So he gets powerful enough, goes back to that point in time, does it, and I don't know if you noticed this, but the time stone's green. Okay, he does his thing, and when he does that shit to change the point in time, it turns red.
Yeah.
And not only does it, but what is red? Reality. So he had changed reality to that, right? And it gets all wild. So, and the whole time the Watcher, right? Because he's the dude narrating and shit at the beginning of the episodes, and he's there. He's like watching, like, man, this shit's about to be fucked up,
It's crazy.
right? And there was even a moment where Evil Strange was getting so powerful from absorption, he kind of heard the Watcher, like almost like a whisper.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was wild. He's like, I could warn a motherfucker, wouldn't even listen, no way. And he was like, the fuck, God? Like, he literally was like, God, are you here? So,
What the fuck?
so he undoes it. He undoes the thing. Oh, so this is the reveal to good Doctor Strange that there was two, right? So he walks out his shit. He's like, oh shit, why is everything falling apart? Because home dude brought girl back, or was about to. So the reality started like falling apart, because that was, you can't undo a point in time. It'll crush the reality. It'll crush the universe. So as the universe is decomposing, he realizes what's going on. He gets up with the Ancient One, who's like, yo, I split you in two. And it was the point in time where he split the Evil Strange, who was already set on that path, and then split back to the very first night in which Doctor Strange like sought to like try and really bring her back. There was like a night where he was like, no, we're gonna do this shit, and that version was brought back and decided to put the eye down and like went to go make some tea and shit like that. So that one stayed good, but what Homegirl did is she, instead of creating a separate timeline, a separate universe of this, like you would in any pre-understood version of the MCU timelines, that's how time worked, is you split timelines. When you changed events, you created a separate one. She contained it within one universe by using dark magic, tapping into it. So, fast forward, Evil Strange absorbs Good Strange. Wins the fight. And that is enough power, because that's what he was telling Homeboy. He's like, look, man, I need you. We got to become whole again so we can bring back Rachel McAdams. And he's like, well, you can't. He's like, well, fuck you. And he absorbs him, and she comes back alive. And when that happens, he turns into like all the forms of everything he absorbs. So he's all ugly and shit. He's like, Rachel, it's good. And she's like, fuck, oh God. And then she starts
Gross.
decomposing with the shit, and everything else is still decomposing, and the universe starts closing in on itself, and the Watcher's looking, and Doctor Strange, who at this point is so powerful, he can see the fucking Watcher. And he's like, yo, help me, bro. Like, the universe is collapsing. Like, I didn't mean to do this. And the Watcher comes, like, into the frame, like, from the fucking, like, his, what do you call that shit when you're, like, astral projection? He's
like
like
a
an
celestial.
he's like an astral being. He comes in physical. He's like, nah, you wanted to save Christine's her name. He's like, you want to save Christine, just like you thought you could do that, right? Like, I can't help you. I'm not supposed to touch shit. Like, even if I could just make you suffer, I would, but I can't. So this is your punishment.
Deuces.
And then he backs up, and the universe collapses in on itself, and it's just Doctor Strange in a collapse, evil Doctor Strange in a collapsed universe. End of the episode.
So, think he's gonna make it out of that somehow, some way?
There's some trailers that were before any of the episodes came out. There's a trailer where Captain Carter is talking to an evil version of Strange, but we don't know if that same evil Strange came about the same way. I have a theory that if you notice when the universe collapsed, I don't know if I told you this, when the universe collapsed all the way on itself, if you saw it, it was like a little purple crystal, a power stone.
Yes.
So the power stone in and of itself is a collapsed universe.
Which one? And which is the purple stone?
It's a purple stone.
But which one is that?
Well, it'd be its own. It'd be its own from its own
it
universe.
it wasn't seen with Thanos and shit. It wasn't in that.
Well,
one?
it could be because that, like, now that it is a power stone, it has its own future
properties.
But it has its own trajectory now. Whether that is to end up in the possession of Thanos in a timeline, or since it's all circular, is that the same way that we got the Power Stone that we have now in the MCU canon that we know, you feel me?
Yeah.
It's a version of Doctor Strange that collapsed himself from trying to undo a certain point in time, and that's the same Power Stone that... Now I'm totally just spitballing.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like.
Well, I guess
like
that's what I didn't know, if it was like almost explaining a backstory of a stone that had already been seen or not.
I mean, it certainly sets the precedent that, like, that's how a Power Stone is made. In any given universe, it's probably a similar event.
Because the idea...
Or an event of that magnitude.
Well,
exactly.
The idea that... the level of that much energy can create such a piece
Power.
of material. Because the idea is that when the first, and I forget what they call it, the Big Bang, right, as we know it, that was the amount of energy that left the residue that created the Infinity Stones. So, if things happen in reverse, it's the same amount of power.
Same thing. There you go.
It's wild. So, it's just so good. It keeps building on itself, and you see how these things could eventually tie in together, how these things could exchange.
How many episodes are left in this season?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
This was the fourth one?
Is this intended to be a one-off?
I don't think
Run
so.
show?
I think they might do more than
More
one.
seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I honestly don't know. I do think that it's going to do what it needs to do to set up these future movies, and then maybe they won't bring it back until it needs to do more of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't really know, Or they might really, like, let it set up some serious canon, and then once they do that and those other movies come out, then they just fucking go wild with it, because then, I don't know. To be seen.
TBH or TBD.
More exciting than most other
TBD.
shit that's out. There's some good shows, but this shit is... I just love it. So...
Very good.
There
You
you
should
go.
watch it.
Well,
Just figure it out.
I haven't finished any.
You haven't
show.
finished Iron Man 1.
I haven't finished any show. I haven't finished Rick and Morty, and like that's a show that
Why do you
like
think
I like.
It's a show you like.
The last episode was really good.
I know I'm like
Probably wasn't good.
4 or 5 episodes behind. Like the last one I saw was the recycling one
Tell you one thing, if it was that
with
good...
when Morty and his girlfriend.
Oh,
the Miss Planet Earth or whatever it was called.
If it was that good, you'd have watched it.
Well,
That's not finished Attack on Titan, bro. That's how far behind I am, bro.
Attack on Titan's not that good. I'm willing to say that to prove my point
about Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
I respect that.
All right. I think we did do it.
I think we figured it
Dude,
out.
we didn't address. Are we gonna address just things looking slightly different on camera, dude?
Nope.
We don't have a second camera. to do
Dylan's
it.
not in the camera.
No.
Okay.
He's an asshole.
Nope.
Forgot the other camera. This really is all on your shoulders.
It kind of is.
Love it.
Do you feel like any amount of stress and guilt in this very moment?
No, because it was intentional, and I told you why. Why I left it? Because see that?
That's a fair point. No.
See what?
That.
It's like
I'll
the
see
Watcher, dude. It doesn't really exist
I
in
see
this
y'all.
reality.
Here, all.
I'm gonna take a
I'm
bunch
the
of
Watcher.
pictures and put it in the video. Be like, fuck y'all.
This is what I was talking about. Jacob,
What's up, dog?
where can they get us if they want to get us?
If you have any theories about where the show What If is going, hit us up on Twitter at _respect the _. If you're watching, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Got the podcast every Monday. The Scrum every Wednesday. You can get me at JCobb, JAY_COBBB.
If I'm a TT,
Do it.
Find me over to you, Teabags Your Mom, 69420, lowercase x, capital X. That's you, Teabags Your Mom, 69420, lowercase x, capital X.